Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about how to build a community on Skool and the phases that you go through. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Chuck, and I have built several communities on this platform. This one being my largest one. This is my free community called Package Sell, and there are 718 members, and I've built that since February of last year. So it's not as complicated as everybody believes that it is, because you can just do these simple things. And they are: find your passion, build a gathering place for that passion, and grow that place. You can watch it 1.5 to 2 times speed. You're going to learn it quicker. You're going to retain it, believe it or not, and you're going to save a lot of time. So the first thing we're going to talk about is finding your thing. Now, finding your thing comes down to something you're good at, something you love, something you have proof that you're good at, or something you want to learn. And I'm going to explain. So something you're good at, something you've done for 500 to 1,000 hours. You would not try to teach somebody how to become a surgeon if you had never been a surgeon. So why would you try to teach somebody something you've never done and just sell a course on that thing and expect anybody to believe you or expect to be successful? So something you're good at. And it doesn't have to be something that makes you a millionaire. It just needs to be something that solves somebody's problem. Something you love. First, you want to help them. It took me 8 months to figure out how to monetize what I love, which is Skool. But now I'm able to do and teach that a lot quicker. And then secondly, it's something you want to monetize. Because if you don't love it, you're going to burn out. Because it's going to take longer than you think to monetize. And if you don't love it for the sake of loving it, you're going to give up on it and you're going to quit. Then you want to worry about monetizing. But what you learn how to do is you learn how all the mistakes not to make. And then you share that with people so you can shortcut them to success, and then they will pay you to save that time, money, and headache. Something you have proof: case studies, testimonials, stories, clients you've helped, people you've helped, anything, or something that you've accomplished on your own going through all the trial and error. All of these are good proof. An alternate way to do this is something you want to learn. Think of yourself as a party host where you are just the doorman or the doorwoman, and you are standing at the door saying, hey, you want to learn this thing? You want to join this party? Here's how much it is a month to join this party. For example, there's a group on Skool where there's 700 and something people in that community, and it's a book club. And they pay $19 a month to be in that book club so they can hang out with the other 700 people and recommend books. And the person who started that community didn't write all the books that are recommended, but he still makes $19 a month for over 700 people. And that can be one of 3 things. It can either be a profession or career that you have done for a living, and there's a small, tiny aspect of that you want to teach other people. It could be like how to become a more successful plumber, or how to run a more successful plumbing business, or how to run a more successful accounting firm, how to be a better insurance salesman. Another one is personal problem. If you can help people avoid the landmines and learn the lessons quicker by learning from your mistakes rather than their own, then you can build a business. My wife is receiving coaching from a woman who went through a surgery that she went through, and this woman went through it 6 years ago. She is not a doctor. She does not have a medical degree. She does not practice medicine, but she is the coach to 13 to 15 people every single month at $199 a month, because she went through the experience almost 7 years ago, and now she can share best practices with those people. Or it could be a passion or a hobby, and I'm going to show you what that looks like here in just a second. And to make it even simpler, these are the categories where Skool groups fall. Hobbies, spirituality, tech, self-improvement, health, sports, music, and relationships. Most people don't know how to make money from something they know. So we're just going to limit it to these 8 categories right here. This is a hobby community. Modern calligraphy, 1,300 members, $9 a month. There is a health community for menopausal women only, 1,400 members paying $49 a month. Now here is a business or a money category community. His name is Tom Bilyeu. He's got 5 million followers on YouTube. He is the co-founder of Quest Nutrition, and he's got 1,300 members in a group paying him $119 to learn how to go from zero to founder of a business. Here is a sports category community. This is one of my favorite ones, and it is a pickleball community. Now, I want you to understand that pickleball is an in-person, real-life sport. But there's almost 1,000 people paying $39 a month to learn in school how to become a pickleball player. Here is a spirituality community. Here's a Pilates community. Here is a academics, mental health, and personal growth community. Now, some of these are free and some of these are paid. And it just depends, because most people have a free community and they go to a paid community. I'm going to explain that in a second. Anime Shreds, fitness community. It's for people who like anime, fitness, and biohacking and self-improvement all together. And when you combine all that, there's 3,200 people paying $33 a month. This guy is a former capo of the Colombo crime family. He was a mobster. He was a mob boss. He discovered God. He got out of the mob. He leads a different life now, but he's got life, business, and leadership lessons that he teaches, and he's got 1,000 people paying $20 a month to learn from a real-life mob boss. So all over the map, right? And I can promise you, if you think about it, there is something in one of those 9 categories that you are qualified to teach other people. So you build your gathering place. Now, how do you build your gathering place? You start a school. Very simple. Now, why would we use Skool? Well, Skool's got 15 million users. The closest platform to this has about 500,000 daily users. Not even close. Plus, you've got a guy named Alex Hormozy, and if you don't know who he is, you can look him up on social media. And he is the co-owner of this platform. He's got 10 million social media followers. He is driving people to this platform every single day. Free and paid on the platform. And it's done over $1 billion in earnings in its 6th year. 1,000 paid groups, a 54% success rate, which means better than 1 out of 2 paid groups on the platform makes money. They're profitable. And the average is $1,360 a month. Those numbers are very, very conservative because you have to account for the people that are making 5 or even 6 figures a month as opposed to the people that are making nothing. Better than 1 out of 2. That is a much higher success rate than any other business you're ever going to find anywhere online. And then you're just going to grow that place. How we grow that place? We drive traffic from one of these social media platforms is one of the ways to do it. You can create content. You can drive traffic from YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Maybe there are others depending on what your community will be about. But you go where the people you want to find are hanging out and you tell them you have this free place to learn more about that thing. They have nothing to lose by joining your free community. Cindy, who has 300,000 followers on TikTok, and she started her community, and within 30 days, she was making $3,200 a month. Not product or course sales, but monthly recurring revenue. All she did is get a handful of members to join her community and then start telling other people about it, what we call the power users. This is the playbook that we use. We attract people with content, outreach, where we literally just reach out to people, and we're not trying to sell them anything. They're saying, hey, if you know anybody who would be interested in learning about blank, I have a free community, and you give them the link. They'll do it. Maybe they'll share it with somebody else, or maybe they'll ignore it, and it doesn't matter either way. Outreach, content, ads. You can use affiliates. Now, where the affiliates comes in is you get people into the free group. The people that are serious about solving the problem and want more one-on-one assistance to solve that problem, you get on a call with them and you customize a plan for them to get the result that they're looking for. Then you say, look, you can use this customized plan right now and go do this. But if you want me to stick with you and make sure you follow the steps of this plan, get inside my paid group or take advantage of my mentorship for X dollars a month, or if it's higher ticket and more one-on-one, you can charge more and you can charge a one-time fee. Totally up to you. You have both opportunities on the Skool platform. Now, when you get them the result they're looking for and more, when you over-deliver, you are delivering what we call massive customer service. And when you deliver massive customer service, they're more likely to refer you to other people. You attract people with the traffic. You convert them on the personalized strategy call, or an onboarding call, you might call it. Then, if you give them great customer service and they get the result that you promised them, you don't just say, hey, refer people and do it out of the good of your heart. You say, hey, refer people and I'll share 40% or maybe even 50% commissions with you. You will have so many more members because you'll have an army of 10 people referring people rather than you trying to fill your paid group all yourself. And if you get them to the point to where the amount of money they make by referring your group to other people is at least equal to what they pay to be in your group, you will retain them. It's all about attraction, conversion, and retention. And Skool makes it very easy for you to do all three. This is a friend of mine, Mike. He has been a microgreens farmer for 5 years. At this point, with what he makes running his microgreens farm, he will double that in coaching people to start microgreens farms this year. At the time that I made this slide, he had 49 members at $49 a month. Here's a friend of mine, Christian, who is a general contractor in Texas. He's a young guy. He's been doing it for a while, but he's running $1 million business. Now, if you were a wannabe contractor between the ages of 18 and 25, wouldn't you want to learn from a guy who's already running $1 million business without going to business school? Of course you would. So that's why he has 200 members paying him $49 a month. And then you've got my friend Ray, teaching English as a second language. Ray, he's one of my favorites because he's 65 years old. He didn't know anything about Skool until he found me on TikTok. He had no clue what a paid membership group was. And in 8 weeks, he generated $1,400 a month of monthly recurring revenue. And like 8 months later, it's still going on. And this reminds me of a quote by Walt Disney. Why Disney was so successful is do what you do so well, others will want to see it again. You'll want them to come back again and again because you will continue to give value and you will continue to help them. They want to see it again. And then the next time, they're going to bring their friends. And that's where the affiliate program comes in, where you can expound. Figure out what you want to share and how to share it. How to build the group that is going to get people in there and excited to learn what you have to teach them, and then how to get paid on autopilot. And the coolest part about all of this is the fact that Skool allows you to build your community, build your classroom, and how to get paid on a monthly basis. If you don't have an account on Skool, all you have to do is give name, email, and password. You have done anything for 500 to 1,000 hours, you're qualified to teach that to other people, and more importantly, to make monthly income from it.